This is VOA News. In Washington, I'm Jeff Custer. Authorities in Russia have reportedly launched a criminal probe into the owner of the Wagner mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, over his alleged threats to oust Russia's defense minister. The announcement follows a recorded statement from Wagner Group's Prigozhin posted to his Telegram account, in which he accused Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu of ordering a rocket strike on Wagner's field camps in Ukraine. He said his troops would now move to punish Shoigu and urged the army not to offer resistance.
Это не военный переворот. Это марш справедливости. Наши действия никак не мешают войскам.
Prigozhin declared, "This is not a military coup. It is a march for justice. Our actions do not in any way interfere with the troops." The Russian Defense Ministry rejected Prigozhin's claim, and Russia's National Anti-Terrorism Committee, the country's top counterterrorism structure, said it opened a criminal inquiry on charges Prigozhin called for a coup. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said Thursday he believes Russia may be preparing for an attack on the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant involving a release of radiation. On Friday, Russia, in turn, urged the International Atomic Energy Agency to ensure Ukraine does not shell the nuclear power plant, which is under Russian control. Russia said the plant is otherwise operating safely. Speaking to reporters at the White House Friday, U.S. National Security spokesman John Kirby was asked about both claims regarding the plant, Europe's largest nuclear facility.
Look, I've seen those reports. I've seen those comments. I just don't have anything to confirm them or speak to the validity of them. The only other thing I'd say, and we've said this before too, is that I think we should all be able to agree that a nuclear power plant is not a great site for military operations one way or the other.
Kirby said the U.S. has not detected elevated levels of radioactivity at Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. This is VOA News. The U.S. Justice Department announced Friday it has filed criminal charges against 4 Chinese chemical manufacturing companies and 8 people over allegations they illegally trafficked precursor chemicals for fentanyl. The indictments filed in 2 federal districts in New York mark the first time the U.S. has aimed to prosecute any Chinese companies responsible for making the precursor chemicals used to make the painkiller. Speaking at a news conference in Washington, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland described the charges.
As alleged in our filings, just one of these China-based chemical companies shipped more than 200 kilograms of fentanyl-related precursor chemicals to the U.S. for the purpose of making 50 kilograms of fentanyl, a quantity that could contain enough deadly doses of fentanyl to kill 25 million Americans.
Garland told reporters the 2 arrests were made in the case that were filed in the Southern District of New York. The day after a missing deep-sea submersible was found in pieces on the sea floor, having imploded during its descent to the wreckage of the Titanic more than 3 kilometers under the ocean, experts are questioning the design of the vessel. New York University mechanical and aerospace engineering professor Iskender Shaheen told the Reuters news agency the submersible was oblong in shape like a water bottle, which failed to properly distribute the crushing water pressure evenly along its surface.
That implosion as opposed to explosion is outside pressure is very high, so the structure could not handle it. And the best layman's example of that is having a Coke can. Imagine you put that Coke can in a pressure chamber, it buckles. At one point, it collapses.
The U.S. Coast Guard said Thursday all 5 people on board the vessel died when the submersible, known as the Titan, had a catastrophic implosion. The host of the right-wing internet program InfoWars, Owen Schroyer, has pleaded guilty to charges related to the Capitol riot. The Associated Press's Ed Donahue reports.
Schroyer didn't enter the Capitol on the day of the riot, but he led rioters chanting near the top of the Capitol steps. He had a megaphone and was heard yelling, "Democrats are tyrants, death to tyranny, death to tyrants." The guilty plea is to a misdemeanor charge of illegally entering a restricted area and carries a maximum sentence of 1 year behind bars. Schroyer has hosted a daily show called The War Room with Owen Schroyer for the website operated by conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. He promoted baseless claims of 2020 election fraud. Schroyer's attorney accused prosecutors of trampling on his client's constitutional rights to protest, speak freely, and report the news. Ed Donahue, Washington.
More information on this story and all the stories we're covering today can be found on our website, voanews.com. In Washington, I'm Jeff Custer. This is VOA News.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.